and they are so much stranger than you would think. So tonight, let's watch some NRA TV together, because it's fascinating. Now, some shows are pretty similar to ones that you would see anywhere on TV, with the key difference that there is a gun involved. For instance, they have 3 different Antiques Roadshow knockoffs, in which men who look like this guy get progressively more and more aroused by the guns they're holding.
What's unique is that it has such flowing lines. It's artwork. It's a sensuous gun. That's the kind of pistol that when I hold, or when John is holding, gives me shivers. The idea is that you would cock both hammers at the same time.
That man is Doug Wickland, and I love him, but not as much as he loves guns. In fact, the only way he could love them anymore is if instead of bullets, every gun just fired a bunch of little guns, which in turn fired a bunch of even smaller guns, which in turn fired tiny Doug Wicklands, living in a state of sexual ecstasy inside the womb-like paradise of a firearm. And while that show is pretty sedate, NRA TV also has programming for the testosterone-fueled gun enthusiast, like Media Lab, in which a former Navy SEAL named Dom Rasso does the very important work of reenacting movies he likes, from White House Down to Jack Reacher, and here he is reenacting scenes from the movie Heat.
The main part of this movie that I wanted to break down was the fact that they're shooting, moving, and communicating. And if we get past the fact that they're robbing a bank, if you're actually in a specific uniform with specific kit, can you shoot, move, communicate with that amount of weight and do down man drills? That's the key thing here.
I would love to see a bank robber try to use that defense in court. Your Honor, I really feel we need to get past the fact that we were robbing a bank and instead focus on how well we were shooting, moving, and communicating. And the endearing thing about Dom Rasso is that his show's reenactments don't always go smoothly. For instance, how did his reenactment of the Heat robbery go?
They make it look easy, the way they're moving.
Yeah, this bag, as I was running, was just hitting at the back of my knees, kept taking my legs out from underneath me. Definitely fatigued me.
My strap broke, so I was holding it like this the entire time, wobbling back and forth. Even in the beginning, I couldn't get a stable shooting platform. I mean, we worked it out. Had to lower my center of gravity more, so the bag couldn't control me. We definitely proved that they didn't have any weight in there while they were shooting and moving.
Wow. That is genuinely inspiring, because somewhere out there, there's an 8-year-old arsehole watching that show and thinking, oh, good, being an adult is literally exactly how I imagined it. Honestly, I could talk about Dom Rasso all night, but before we move on, I have to show you his inexplicable response to one viewer-submitted question.
What is your most treasured possession?
I would say my aunt gave me a cross that was made out of bone. She's like, your great-great-grandfather gave that to me to pass down to somebody special in the family, but it was actually made out of human bone, and he carved it when he was a prisoner of war. And that has been passed down in the family now. I'm like, are you serious? I'm like, that just doesn't exist. So that's probably by far the coolest thing that I have.
Well, that's a hell of a story there, Dom. And I just don't know of any better poster boy for the NRA than someone who reenacts bank robberies for fun and whose most treasured possession is a cross made out of human bones.